All right, let's talk about something that causes a ton of financial anxiety for people. But more importantly, we're going to give you a super simple, super powerful system to just get rid of it forever. We call it the anti-panic strategy, dollar cost averaging.
Welcome back to the Neuro Finance Masterclass. Okay, so we figured out what to buy, right? The S&P 500. Simple enough. But as soon as you know that, this other question pops into your head. And, it usually brings a little bit of fear along with it.
I mean, you know the feeling, right? That little voice in the back of your head that goes, hey, what if I buy today and the whole market just tanks tomorrow? Maybe I should just wait. Wait for the price to get a little lower. Look, it's a totally natural fear, but that line of thinking, it leads you straight into a really dangerous trap. Yeah, that fear, it's the gateway drug to something called timing the market. And let me be absolutely crystal clear about this. Trying to time the market is probably the fastest way to destroy not just your money, but your peace of mind. It's just a stressful, arrogant game of pure guesswork.
And hey, don't just take our word for it. The greatest investors on the planet, I'm talking about the people who live and breathe this stuff, they all agree on one basic truth. Nobody knows what the market is going to do tomorrow. And if they can't predict it, what on earth makes us think we can?
So what this really does is it presents us with a choice, a fork in the road. On one path, you've got the gambler's mindset. It's all about timing, emotion, stress, just guessing. And on the other path, you've got the systems mindset. This one is built on averaging, logic, calm, and a process you can repeat. And here in Neurofinance, well, we are always going to choose the system over the guess.
So, okay, how do we actually beat this anxiety? How do we get out of the guessing game? Well, we use a system that is just beautifully simple. We call it the robotic solution, dollar cost averaging. You'll hear people call it DCA for short.
And really, it is as simple as it sounds. All it is investing a fixed amount of money at a fixed interval. That's the whole thing. You do this no matter what the price is, no matter what the crazy news headlines are saying, you basically you become a robot, an emotionless machine executing a simple, logical plan.
The rules here are like brutally simple. Step 1, you just pick a fixed amount of money. Step 2, you pick a fixed time interval. So for example, you might say, I'm going to invest $100 on the first of every single month. And step 3 is the most important. You just do it, automatically. You commit to that plan whether the market is soaring to new highs or it feels like the sky is falling.
Okay, so why is this incredibly simple process so ridiculously powerful? Well, because it's kind of like a mathematical masterpiece, and it completely flips our normal emotional response to what the market does.
All right, check this out. This is where the magic happens. Let's say your fixed investment is $100, okay? So when one share of your investment costs $100, your money buys you exactly one share. Simple enough. But what happens if the market has a bad month, and that same share now only costs $50? Well, your $100 now buys you 2 shares.
And that right there is the whole point. Without you having to think about it, without you doing any analysis, the system automatically forces you to buy more of the asset when it's cheap, when it's on sale. And when you do that over months and years, it just perfectly averages out your cost per share. It completely removes the need to ever guess when the right time to buy is.
Now, this is where it all comes back to our core neurofitness philosophy. I mean, the math is awesome, don't get me wrong. But the psychological benefit, it's even better. You could say DCA is kind of like the holy grail of financial mental health.
Because this system, it lets us do something that just seems totally impossible to the person trying to time the market. It lets us win no matter what the market is doing. So how on earth is that possible? Well, just think about the incredible win-win situation this creates. Let's say the market goes up. Great, you win. Your net worth just went up. But what if the market goes down? Guess what? You still win because you know that your next automatic investment is about to buy you way more shares at a huge discount. Suddenly, the fear of a market crash gets transformed into the excitement of a sale.
That's the transformation we're talking about. You literally go from being an anxious gambler, nervously checking your phone every 5 minutes, to being a cold, calculating machine. A machine that just executes its system flawlessly, without any emotion getting in the way.
So, there's one final, crucial piece to this puzzle. We have to take the weakest link, the human element, with all its emotion and guesswork and fear, and we have to remove it from the equation completely.
It's time to automate the machine.
Okay, here is your action plan for today. It's super simple. Sometime today, I want you to open your brokerage or your banking app, find the button that says something like Auto Invest or Recurring Investment, then just set it up. Pick a small amount you're comfortable with, find an S&P 500 index fund, and maybe schedule that purchase for the day after you get paid.
And that's it? Seriously? You set up the machine one time and then you just let it run. Let it work in the background of your life, quietly, consistently building your wealth forever.
So, we'll leave you with one final question to think about. When it comes to your financial future, what are you really relying on? Are you building your wealth with a system or with a guess? The choice really is yours.